So let me just say, I really want you to hear from Haku Millis. One slight correction. Haku Millis has been our acting director of the Department of Design and Construction for a number of months. Gave me an incredible debrief last night. That's what he's going to share with you today. And you're also going to hear from Kim Sparling and her team from the Office of Economic Revitalization on what we're going to do. It's really about them. I'm here if there are any questions after they get done. So with that, Haku.
Thank you, Mayor. Good morning. As a lot of you know, the sinkhole opened up on October 18th here at this intersection of Cook and Halikuila. After further investigation, we found that the sinkhole was caused by a leak in the box culvert that runs up Cook Street. This box culvert is 12 feet wide and 8 feet high, and had a gap in one of the joints at this intersection. So water was flowing out and creating a void and eroding the soil beneath the road. In one area, it exceeds 10 feet in depth, and so immediately we realized this is a life safety issue, and we had to close the road, or the intersection, excuse me. We reached out to other departments and fortunately was able to close the intersection relatively quickly. And once it was closed, we began our investigation into how to best remedy the situation. Initially, we sent in divers. They went into the box culvert and they inspected from here, Halikuila, all the way up to Kapiolani. What they found was that the box culvert itself was actually very sound in structure. No real concerns with that, but they found a number of gaps between the joints running all the way up to Kapiolani. Most severe between here and Queen Street. Those gaps range between 2 to 6 inches and allow water to flow in and out because this culvert is tidally influenced. So what we need to do is repair the inside of the culvert, but as you know from the sinkhole, with the gap and allowing water to flow in and out of the culvert, it's creating voids outside the sinkhole, or outside of the culvert. So what we did is, for the outside, we did ground penetrating radar to inspect from here all the way up to Kapiolani, along Kapiolani, to make sure that the road was safe. We also did the sinkhole itself to verify what we suspected was that it's an extremely severe situation that had to be closed for life and safety issues. Fortunately, the run from here up to Kapiolani and on Kapiolani, those voids aren't as severe, which is why at this time, based on the information we have, we don't have to close any other roads. So moving forward, we have an emergency project to immediately fix this situation. We're going to start with this intersection in effort to open this as quickly as we can. And then we'll seal off all of the joint gaps in the culvert all the way up to Queen Street, and then proceed with rebuilding the road and filling the voids on the outside to make sure that it's safe. At that point, we're calling that phase 1. At that point, we'll continue on with further investigation and what work may need to be done, continuing up past Queen Street and further down from Halikuila to the ocean. This project is expected to start around the middle of December. Should take anywhere between 3 to 6 months. This is because we really don't know how severe the voids are, the size of the voids. Once we start digging, we'll have a better idea. But this is a very large project. Phase 1 we anticipate to cost around $8 to $10 million, and we've allotted $20 million to fix this stretch of the drain. We understand that there are impacts to local businesses. We're sensitive to that, and we're doing what we can to update signage and help in any way we can. Here to talk a little bit more about that is our Deputy Director, Kim Sparling of Office of Economic Revitalization. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm here with our team of business and constituent educators. Their charge is to get out into the community, notify businesses of impacts, and this is a perfect case for them to be able to reach out and support our businesses. Definitely want to send a thank you out to DDC, Department of Transportation Services, for being very conscientious and making sure that there is still access to businesses during this time. I want to reiterate that business is still open in this area. There may be detours, you may have to walk a little bit, but please, please, please support our local businesses. Our business and constituent educators will be reaching out in the next several days and throughout the course of this project to provide updated information to the businesses so they can understand the impacts. We will be listening to the businesses so that we can take that information back and make decisions as best to help them. We know the situation is challenging for businesses, so in addition to us going out into the community, we want to offer the community to reach out to our website at www.revitalizeoahu.org and also sign up for our small business newsletter so that we can push information out to you as much as possible. We're also on social media, so check us out there. We'll be keeping updates as timely as possible so that we can get information out there. 3 to 6 months is a long time in the life cycle of a business, and we do understand that. So we want to work with you. We want to make sure that we're getting the best information back to DDC, to DTS, to all the departments that can help businesses continue to thrive during this time. So one more time, that's revitalizeoahu.org. If you have any questions, you can also call the city's call center at 1-808-768-CITY. That's 1-808-768-CITY. Thank you.
Yeah, I do want to say something here, in that we understand that Cook Street and Halikuila are heavily trafficked areas, and the surrounding businesses depend on people having access. So, we had considerable discussion about the time frame required to fix something as unprecedented as this sinkhole with all the variables attached to it. So we're being hopefully conservative in the 3 to 6 month period, so we don't overpromise and underdeliver. I can only say this to the public: we'll get this fixed correctly and as quickly as we possibly can. Of that, I can promise everybody. So I just want to know if Senator Morawaki, if you want to say anything, or Councilman DeSantos, you want to come up and...
Thank you, Mayor, and your team, again, helping us in this community. We have a number of residents, and you see right across the street our senior housing residents. So they do a lot of walking. We also have cars that traverse here. So I appreciate getting the information out to the businesses, the small businesses, but also the residents as well, and how we might be able to work together to assure that the 3 to 6 months isn't excruciatingly painful, so that we can work together on the funding that you need, and I hope that we can work together so we can educate both our residents and our businesses. But thank you so much to your team and to the economic vitalization community. But if we can keep in touch and continue the dialogue, really appreciate it. Thank you.
As we know, the most important role of the city government is public health and safety, and so that's why I'm very glad that the mayor's administration took this issue very seriously and is doing the additional steps of reaching out to neighbors, the businesses, to make sure that the public is well informed. I look forward to seeing this project be done quickly, and to make sure that everyone here in Kakaʻako can continue to walk around and be part of this community without having to worry about conditions of our road or what's underneath.